Namo Namaha. Today we are here to talk on the SamyagDarśana, which is one of the 3 jewels that we have seen in the first sutra of the Tattvartha Sutra, and in other terms it is called the cognitive clarity. So today we want to know how to recognize that our brain is in the state of cognitive clarity. That means how actually am I in the real self thought process? Is it a thought process that is really me who is thinking, or it is some subconscious mind which is making blinding my vision, making brain fog, etc., etc. So when is my true self thinking? So Tattvartha Sutra, the second verse on this. We will study this as usual in this series from the perspective of the Pranavaya science of health and illumination, which is called Pranavaya, Pranayu, Ahimsa Ayurveda, Pranayurveda, etc., etc., and which is very important, which is the most powerful key to open all the doors of health and happiness. So first, let us pay honor to our great masters who has given us this science, who has founded all the things, which were simple human beings, but which became saints by conquering themselves all their karma. So with my head bowing down to their lotus feet on the Mother Earth, I bow down to them, and I will talk to you as a humble Pranavaya practitioner, and I am greeting you for this session. So the original Sanskrit will say that Tattva Artha Shraddhanam SamyagDarshanam. So SamyagDarshanam, you understand, SamyagDarshanam is cognitive clarity. You may understand because if you have been there before. So cognitive clarity, he will give us the definition. Tattvartha and Shraddha. So Tattvartha, you know this word because it is the title of the book. Then only one new word is there for you to learn today, eventually if you want. Because this word is so beautiful, the beauty of this word is thrilling, so you may be one day interested to learn it. Maybe not today, but someday you will learn it. It means the faith. So in one word, SamyagDarśana is your brain function at the time when you will feel some faith. But not any faith, of course. Faith in the Tattvartha. So Tattvartha is the name of the book, but you will feel faith in all the values. Artha means the value of the elements of the karma. That means that how to recognize that your brain is not tricked by your subconscious mind, that your brain is not tricked by some instinct or by some temporary mood. It's not a moody brain, it's not a brain foggy brain, it's not a hijacked brain by any wrong logic of the cognitive bias. It is your true brain that is really guiding you properly. This true brain is there when you have faith in the values of these 7 or 9 fundamental elements that we have studied, which are starting with Jiva. Jiva, the living being, the soul, and its 4 infinite powers. So, is it clear so far? So, if it is clear, we will go ahead. So, the faith in the deep meaning of these fundamental elements is the cognitive clarity. So, when my brain is able to say, yes, this is the karma, yes, this is the soul, and everything is okay. I'm not scared of the karma. I have faith in the soul, in my capacity to progress. So what is the first faith that we should have in the stage of the clarity of my brain? If my brain is clear, my first faith, the first stage of faith that I should have faith in my potential. Does it mean that I should have self-confidence? Today there is a big fashion, or there was a big fashion, and it is still in question in the studies of neurology and psychology. What about the self-confidence? I should have self-confidence, I don't have self-confidence, etc., etc. But how is it really the good question? Because here we don't want to say I have self-confidence. We want to say I have self, I have trust, I have faith in the fact that I am a soul, and if I'm a soul, I'm sure that I have 4 infinite powers. I'm sure that the true me, the real me, the me which is in the clear mood, is the me that is the soul. And because I'm a living being, I'm sure I have the same soul like every living being. So that means that I have self-confidence in me as a soul, because Mother Earth, or the nature of the magic of the cosmos, whatever you call it, gave me these 4 infinite powers. So in a way we can say I have a faithful self-confidence, because I know my value as a tattva, as a jiva tattva, as an element of life. Okay? So the first faith, I should have confidence in me. Because in our mind, the first cognitive bias is I will never be able to do it. The first fear that we have is the fear not to be able to do it. Because it is too long, because it is too big, because it is too unknown to us. Whenever it is unknown to us, because it is unknown simply, we feel we cannot do it, but we can do it. And if we concentrate on the faith is itself the clarity, but the method to reach the clarity is also to focus the mind on the faith. Because as the structure will decide the function will decide the structure, isn't it? So this is not only how to recognize the brain. Today the question is not only how to recognize the brain in the stage of cognitive clarity, SamyagDarśana, it is also how to make the brain being activated in the cognitive clarity, isn't it? So another very important fundamental thing that I want to tell you before going in the details of the commentaries and this and that and technical details is the second most important faith that we should have is that if any thought is containing some violence, or what we call krodha, or what we call dvesha, some violence of any form, some dislike of any form, it is a type of dislike, and violence are synonyms. Any form they will take, they will be a cognitive, they will be a form of unclarity. If we have faith in them, if our brain is thinking about a type of violence, a type of dislike, our brain is not in the cognitive clarity. Neurologically, what is a cognitive clarity? Neurologically also we know that the stage of cognitive clarity exists. It is not only a very beautiful shloka in this very beautiful book written by this immense master. It is also an absolutely recognized neurological phenomena of every living being brain, and specifically human brain, that a brain which has cognitive clarity means a brain which parts are properly activated and proper parts are activated. Because I will take, for example, the Paul MacLean model. Paul MacLean model has described a three-fold brain. And he has said the first brain will be the reptilian brain. It will be constituted of the basal nuclei and this and that. The second brain will be the paleo-mammalian brain. It will be constituted of mainly, we can say, the limbic system. And the last, most evolved brain will be the neocortical brain, which is also called neo-mammalian brain. And this brain, this is the brain. Only if this brain is functioning, you can say that you are in the cognitive clarity. Moreover, this brain will have so many other characteristics, like it will have memory, like it will probably be very much involved with the hippocampus zone of memory, etc., etc., and so many subtleties in neurology that we will not enter. So now we know that really I want to activate this neocortical brain. I want to have this most evolved brain functioning, because only I will be in cognitive clarity. So I should prevent my brain to feed the thoughts which are thoughts of dislikings, which are thoughts of violence, because they are not the proper brain which is working. You know, there are so many stories when we say there is a story in North America that inside of your heart there is a black wolf and there is a white wolf. So, and there are so many similar mythology, and this black wolf and this white wolf in your heart, you should learn to nourish, you should learn to welcome the white wolf. So the thought is like this: you can feed the thought, or you can let the thought and not feed it. So being in the cognitive clarity is a concentration to feed a good thought. Okay? So we have to feed the thoughts which are related to thinking, to remembering that we are a soul, that we have to be self-confident, because simply we know mathematically there is no other choice. We are living, so we have a soul, so we have the powers, and we should not limit what we call the mental limitation. I'm limiting myself with mental barriers. Yes, the mental barriers that would think that I'm not having all these powers are the mental limitation. They are cognitive and clarities. And yes, the thought, which are dislikes and all this violence, are cognitive and clarities. And these should not be fed. I should feed the thoughts of faith in the opposite of this. Now there is another trick to know how to activate and how to recognize this brain that we want to have, to be really ourselves. So these brains have 5 characteristics. The first characteristic is that this brain is functioning at the question to be calm. If you are agitated, this brain will not work. That is why we said always Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, you know, in the mantras, which are very famous in yoga and etc. They got popular. So Shanti is a very good idea. It's a very good thing, because Shanti, the peace, the calmness is the condition that this brain will activate. If you run, if you get agitated, if you have had just before some physical, verbal or mental agitation, you should first try to find a peaceful state of mind. And which means peaceful, which means also a type of concentration, but a concentration on the nothingness, on the calm. So, second thing, the second characteristic is called samveg. Samveg means you should be calm, but you should be also active. Samveg is a type of, they call it sometimes the translation, spiritual agitation. But we can say a vigilance. You should be in vigilance. If you are only calm and sleepy, you are not at all in the cognitive clarity. So there is this paradoxal, there is this oxymoric need where you need to be calm, but certainly not sleepy. Calm, but very much awakened by the samveg, by the concentration, by the focus on really having arousal, what we can say in a way. Then the third characteristic that we have to, or the third characteristic, the first quality, the third guna that we should acquire to activate or to recognize this SamyagDarśana is nirveda. That means that we should not have any feeling. They call it by spiritual detachment. So spiritual detachment does not mean you don't care. It means that you have neither liking for something, neither disliking for something. You are neutral. You are just seeing. Once more time, you will focus on the tattva. This is karma, this is like this is neither good, this is neither bad, this is neither a good sign, a bad sign, auspicious, unauspicious, and all this, for my future, for this, for me. It is like this, the karma is like that. I will accept it and I will focus on it, how to solve it and solution it. So nirveda, we can say detachment of likes and dislikes. Then the fourth one is a very important, and it's a very, I should have said in first actually, because it is too much beautiful, and because in one of the most beautiful sutra that we will see later, it is stated Bhuta Vratyanukampadanam Saraga Samyamadi Yoga Kshanti Saucham Iti Sadvedyasa. So Anukampa is the compassion. If your brain is in the mood, is able to perceive compassion, then that means automatically, or that will help to be in the cognitive clarity. So it is either the cause, either the consequence of it. So you should have compassion. Compassion, don't forget that compassion means two things. You should have equal compassion for all the living beings simultaneously. You should not have compassion for specific human beings, specific animals, specific this, specific that, or only you, only them. You should have compassion for every living being, including yourself. And the last characteristic of that you should have, the last quality is astikya. You should have belief. You should not believe in the tattvas, as a matter of fact. You should have absolutely faith again in the existence of the karmas, of the livingness of the living being, etc., etc. So we are short to finish all the things. I just remind you in one word the 5 qualities. So the first one is shama or shamana. It is concentration of the mind on peacefulness, on dhyana, on meditation, you can say in samadhi. It is a kind of concentration on peaceful things. The second is concentration on present. You should do an effort to be sharply here, there, and not to let your mind roam, and to be efficient. You should be awakened. And it is called Samveg. The next one is Nirveda. You should be at the same time with pure control on not having likes and dislikes. The fourth is your humanity, your feeling of compassion, your feeling of we can say forgiveness, and the wish of forgiveness and patience for all the living beings. And the last one, Astikya. You should be absolutely sure that there cannot be anything else than karmas, living beings, non-living beings, and all the phenomena that are contained in the 6 or 9 tattvas. That you should have faith in ahimsa, you should have faith in the powers of the livingness, and that you will achieve them. That there is no doubt that you will achieve them, and you will endeavor to achieve them, and it is easy. So this is for today over. I hope I did not hurt anyone, and I say also sorry to all the masters, because I'm surely not as good as I can and I will believe I will become one day. And thank you so much to everyone.